Agriculture is Nigeria's past, and in agriculture is Nigeria's future. That's the summary of what motivates the decisions and policies by the Minister of Agriculture, Audu Ogbe. And so there's the Staple Crops Processing Zone, which aims to attract the private sector into agribusiness. There's the Dry Season Farming, which was launched in March 2016 in Kebbi State with a 20 billion naira Central Bank of Nigeria loan through the Anchor Borrowers Program, and a lot more. It's not just about exploring the potentials in agriculture, but adding value to the produce. And this is our focus on this episode of Big Story. I'm Ini Thompson. A cassava plantation, just one of the many belonging to Ore-Ofe Cooperative in Ogun State. It's from here that part of the annual output of 34 million tons, which the Federal Ministry of Agriculture records for the country, comes from. The president of the cooperative explains how they work.
This cassava tree, by April we plant the cassava. This is how we plant it, from April. When you plant the ground like this, then we put the cassava tree. So then we do another one here. We put it in the ground. As you do this in April, until after the 7 months or 10 months, you come and uproot the cassava tree. So we uproot it like this. So we uproot it. So to come and harvest. So we are doing the harvest of this farm after the 8 months, by the grace of God. So
this also confirms the findings of the ministry that cassava is produced largely by small-scale farmers using rudimentary implements. In spite of this, their produce goes a long way. One of such is a processing plant in another part of the state. Here, about 50 women have been employed in the peeling section alone. It's the beginning of the processing of about 15 tons of cassava daily, most part handled manually.
This is the wet section where washing starts. The washing is done manually because we try to encourage local labor and use the community, like the women are peeling. Also, we employ labor locally so that we can keep the youths with us and reduce the mass migration of young people from the rural areas to urban areas. So she washes, and then it goes from here to be grated into pulp.
The first set of processing, which ends with dewatering, makes it into cassava cake. Then begins the next level of production, which turns the cake to flakes, from which edibles like gari is made. The picture is almost the same for many other crops. Palm fruits, which is the raw materials for making palm oil as well as palm kernel oil, also goes through minimal mechanical method. There's also the cake from here, which is like the secondary output and serves as one of the content for feed meals. This is of utmost importance to fish farmers, especially because improper and irregular feeding has been numbered among causes of less than optimum fish production. Consequently, close attention is paid to feeding content and pattern.
1,000 fish to feed them from fingerless to the harvest stage will cost us about 450,000 naira. So we have 2,000 inside the pond. We spend about 900,000 to feed them. And when they develop and grow to the size we want, we'll definitely get our money back and we'll still make profits.
Both the palm kernel oil and palm oil end up in companies that produce soap.
This is where the oil are being poured. After we collect them from our customers, we transfer it into our own containers here. Now we begin this also serves as measurement, the measurement of the soap we produce. We collect them from our container to the boiling kettle.
In the boiling kettle, mixture is done, and then comes the soap, which serves both homes and industrial purposes.